Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Today I'm meteorologist Al Peterlin. I'd like to talk about the weather health stresses for July 23rd, 2026. We keep additional graphics at tpatw.com. We maintain a storefront on Amazon. Looking at the surface map for Thursday, high pressure dominating much of the east. We still have unsettled weather across the Intermountain West, and we have a frontal system stretching all the way from really eastern Montana across Wyoming to Oklahoma City, and then east and southeast to Austin, across Birmingham, all the way across through Atlanta and back up to Wilmington, North Carolina. Unsettled weather, excuse me, in the central plains, the central Rockies, and along that front in the southeast. We do have Tropical Storm Bertha still hanging on along that eastern coast of Texas. Looking at our vitality index, which is a measure of where activity is going on across the country, and it may have a health interest. Note we have something going on here in western Washington, a lot of spotty thunder shower activity with lifted indexes across the Intermountain West. We are still showing Bertha down here in the Gulf, and then of course we have rising pressure behind that frontal system hanging on in New England. Looking at pressure change, rising pressure, where Bertha is leaving, and that is mainly across Louisiana, Mississippi, and then we have rising pressure from the Carolinas north, across Virginia, up into Maryland, eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York, and all of New England. Temperature changes, really not that significant, although we're seeing increases in temperature here in the Intermountain West. Little bit of decreasing temperatures with cloud cover because of Bertha. Looking at the change in dew point temperatures, you can see that we're increasing the dew point temperatures up the plains, falling dew point temperatures here in just a little portion of western Oregon into Idaho. Vapor pressure showing very much the same thing, showing that the vapor pressure, moisture availability rising up the plains across the northern lakes, but still falling here in the west. Instability, again, we can see that we're seeing lots of shower and thunder shower activity up in the monsoon areas of the intermountain areas. Still have instability along that coast with Bertha, and a decreasing instability here along the eastern seaboard. Looking at the change in oxygen availability, you'll see we have some migraine stresses across Vancouver Island and western Washington, Oregon. We have some migraine stress here in eastern Colorado into the panhandle of Nebraska. A little bit of migraine stress here in eastern South Dakota, all the way across very wet western Iowa. A lot of migraine stress down here in eastern Texas and Louisiana, and the most significant area of migraine stress along with that rising pressure from the Carolinas across Virginia and the eastern seaboard through eastern New England, Connecticut, Massachusetts, southern Vermont and New Hampshire, and really a good portion of Maine. Looking at the asthma and arthritis stresses here in southern Idaho, a little bit here in northeastern Utah, more asthma and arthritis stresses from North Dakota across Minnesota, Wisconsin, and upper Michigan. A little bit of asthma and arthritis stress in northeastern Oklahoma into really the St. Louis area of Missouri. Thanks for visiting the patient and the weather. Your comments are appreciated, and if you hurt, tell us where you're located.